Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so if you're familiar with the US version of Blaster Master, you might already notice something different. I'm playing on the Japanese version. So there's a couple of reasons for this, although technically US and Japanese versions are different categories, but whatever. The Japanese version is faster for a few reasons. The most noticeable reason is going to be that there's a little less lag. So that's reason number one. Oh, and you'll see the first trick right here. I pause between rooms. The room scrolling animation takes so long, it's faster to just pause and unpause. Ouch. Oh my... Wow. That... that is some tremendously bad luck. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this game is notorious for how brutal it is. Like, it's really hard, although you pretty much never die in Area 1. That's a surprise to me. So, you're basically going through 8 areas. They're kind of big, open areas. You're supposed to explore, find the dungeon you want, kill the boss at the end. But, obviously, I go straight to the one I need. This game's basically a platformer with Metroidvania elements. You'll notice in these dungeons, we've entered a top-down section where I've turned into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I've got my little pea shooter here and grenades. The pea shooter is almost completely worthless. The pea shooter can be upgraded with gun upgrades, but every time I take a hit, I use any gun upgrade I've got. So, it's usually not worth trying to go and grab it. I'm gonna be killing these guys to grab triple missile upgrades. Those are for my tank outside. Here we come across the first boss, whose name is Mother Brain. I guess we really need some Metroid on Metroidvania. And that's a bad pattern. I wanted the boss to hover in the center for just a bit, so I had to 3-cycle it. Killing the boss gets me an upgrade for my tank, which by the way is named Sophia the Third. The upgrade I've gotten is Hyper. It's gonna make my cannon a little bit stronger, and it's also gonna allow me to kill a gate monster that's blocking the way to Area 2. If you're like me, you're probably wondering, like, maybe you've seen Sophia the First, but the tank is named Sophia the Third. What happened in Generation 2? I don't know. I don't want to find out. Oh, this gate? What the? Oh, I forgot to switch. This... Wow. I am absolutely confused. This is going poorly already. This is not how practice went. I never die in Area 1. That's so confusing. Yeah, I forgot to switch to my triple missile. That's what happened. Oh my goodness. I had to save some because I wasted one when I died. Okay, now that that's done, I'm in Area 2. This area starts to get a little more annoying, but it should still be manageable. You get these little ones. If you've ever played Metroid or Mega Man and you've got those enemies on the ground that you just can't hit, yeah, same thing applies here. I could hit him if I hop out of the tank and shoot him, but that's a little too slow. I'm not doing that. So, Area 2 is even more maze-like than Area 1. Area 1 was pretty straightforward, but this area, you're gonna be winding around a lot and trying desperately to find the dungeon that you need. So, yeah, this room in particular can be a little dangerous. There's worms and there's lava, and the worms, if you miss them, they'll knock you into the lava, and it hurts. It's really painful. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to movement optimization in this game, I guess. It's mostly just mind your acceleration, don't flip corners. Ouch, like that. Flip the corner there. Oh, some of these rooms can be downright nasty, because the enemies will still move during the scrolling animation, so if you're not using it in your casual playthrough, sometimes you get hit the second you get through a room, and you can do nothing about it. That was a good jump. Alright, I'm coming up on the dungeon of Area 2. Apart from this also being maze-like, I'm also gonna be seeing if I can get a couple of H drops here. That's not there. That enemy can drop one, but he didn't. This guy can drop one. If you noticed in the main screen, I have a hover bar, but it can't fill up yet. Well, I can still get H's and fill it up. It starts empty, but I want to grab a few as I go through areas 2 and 3. Oh, right. You might be familiar with the grenade glitch. This is fabulous. That was fabulous. Yeah, he still takes damage when the game's paused, so just grenade him to death. Most casual players will be familiar with that trick, and you can do it on the bosses of the areas 2, 4, 6, and 7. I am being asked to turn it down a bit. Sorry. Oh, the upgrade I got for that level was Crusher. It's another tank upgrade, and it turns it basically into a rainbow beam. What Crusher does is it allows me to destroy certain blocks. So there's going to be a few blocking the way to Area 3, just down here. Ouch. Now, Areas 1 and 2 were okay, but Area 3 is when the game stops holding back. It stops pulling its punches, it starts throwing things at you, and you better deal with it, because Area 3 is long, hard, difficult, and you're likely to die. Like, those little runner guys dropping cannonballs all over, those cannonballs do 2 bars of damage each. They hurt. Ah, no H's there. Plus you got things dropping worms from the ceiling all over. Moment of concentration. Alright. The timing there is pretty tight. Like, even though I have Crusher, triple missiles still deal a lot more damage. And I've planned out uses of each one. I think I was supposed to use one there. Okay, I believe that was 2 H's. I basically need at least 4, ideally 5. Whoa, that one stalled in the air a little bit. Anyways, yeah, worms dropping all over. This level is long and difficult. Have I talked about the other reasons I do the Japanese version yet? I don't know. I can get into that later. The Japanese version... Actually, I got 2 things I can go over. The Japanese version has two things that make things really different. First of all, the US version only allows you 4 continues. The Japanese version allows unlimited. So in that sense, it's a lot easier. The other thing is that, since the Japanese version doesn't wipe memory properly when you press the reset button, it's possible to work all the way back to the beginning of Area 1 with upgrades by pressing the reset button. But since this is the Warpless category, no reset button allowed. And in fact, no continues allowed either. If I get any game overs, this run's invalid. But that's alright. I'm approaching the end of Area 3 here. There's just these guys all over the place. Here's our structure. I think I got like 3 H's throughout the thing, which is a little less than ideal, but still workable. And yeah, as you notice, the dungeon's getting a little more ruthless too. There are spikes all over the place. And I'm taking it easy by just not grabbing any gun. If I was trying to preserve a gun, then it would be heck trying to get through all of that without taking any hits. Free health. Alright, I'm in for a tough boss fight, so I'm gonna concentrate. But this is Photophage. He's the first really tough boss. Uh-oh. I have to... This is super bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that is bad. That is really, really bad. Not only is my run invalid, but I have to do the level all over again, and oh my goodness, that feels super, super bad. And I have no triple missiles for getting through this level again. Oh, and my H's are all gone. So, wow, that was something. I did not imagine this run going this poorly. I guess the half week of D-Rust wasn't quite enough. Or maybe I should have practiced commenting while I was playing. I'm gonna have to take the slow way through here. Oh boy. Yeah, that feels super bad. Yeah, this one's technically invalid. I might actually consider using death warps if I fall too far behind. I mean, I want to show off the warpless routes. If I fall too far behind, yeah, I'll start using death warps. But yeah, Photophage is hard. Because as you saw, he's basically a spawning, duplicating block, and he spawns all over the stage. And if you know the exact pattern, you can bomb him out as he arrives. But if you mess it up, then it can get out of control really, really quickly. Ouch. Okay, I'm starting to get close to him again. Here's hoping this round goes better. Alright, I've gotten plenty of H's, so that's not going to be a problem. I'm still going to have the problem with the triple missile, because I won't have any coming out. I mean, the good news is that I stopped using triples after Area 3 anyways. And I guess I can just jump over these guys. Ouch. Ow. Okay, here we are, back at the dungeon. So, gotta go through this whole mess again. I'll see if I can preserve my health a little better. I went through the spikes, preserved faster. Yeah, grab that one for safety. I went into Photophage with 3 health last time, which is about average, but kind of risky. 4 is a lot more ideal, and I'm looking like I might be able to do it this time. 7. That's way more than enough. I should be able to take him on this time. Let's try this again. If there's any bots that you might want to actually upgrade your pea shooter for, this guy might be one of them. The fully upgraded pea shooter has a wave pattern and shoots way out in front of you and really far. So there we go, second time. That upgrade is hover. The hover module. It basically allows me to fire some, it basically allows me to fly, as long as I have enough rocket fuel to do so. Notice my hover bar is now active. Yeah, like that. I can fly like that. Now. So yeah, it was at 3 bars, which means I picked up 3 H's coming down, picked up another one there, and I think this is the bare minimum, but I'm gonna want to grab another for safety somewhere. Alright, there we go. Alright, that series of crumbling blocks brings me right back to the beginning of Area 3, because we are gonna have some backtracking. Yeah, the entrance to Area 4, it's not in Area 3. Ouch. I am missing all these jumps. Yeet. So that's one reason why warping by resetting, going back to Area 1 can be such a time saver. It's because the entrance to Area 4, it happens to be right where the game started. So in a Warpless category, I have to go all the way back. Oh, by the way, I've switched to H missiles. I grabbed a pack in the Area 3 dungeon. I'll be using those from now on. There's no more triples. They are heat-seeking missiles, which seek out all targets on screen. They can be kind of finicky though. Like, your positioning has to be pretty good for them to hit the target, because they're not very good at tracking where their target is going. So sometimes they can fly circles around the thing they're supposed to be hitting. No H. I think I have enough to make it, but I might need to stop grabbing one for safety. Yeah, perfect. Alright. Yeah, it takes about 2.5 hover to make it to where I need to go. Yeah. Alright, 3 hover left. That's pretty ideal. Alright, here's Area 4, the sewer. This is another rather maze-like level. It's not super long, but it's pretty easy to get lost. And I actually really like this tune, so this is one reason I prefer Warpless as a category over Death Warps or Reset Warps, because those categories actually skip this level entirely with a trick that I'm going to show off later. that a 500 cheer from Mr. PR Miller? Alright, if any of you are familiar with this game, you might realize that I'm going the wrong way. This is not the dungeon entrance I'm supposed to be doing. Well, moment of concentration. Yeah, that water, it's lethal. If I don't have Mercy Invincibility when I go over it, instant death. I'm not supposed to be able to go over it, but there we go, pulled off flawlessly. Now, this got me onto the path where the dungeon I'm supposed to be on is. So, by taking a different dungeon entrance and becoming a messiah and walking across water, I have skipped a portion of Area 4. Oh no, welcome back, Exploud. I had a rather embarrassing game over in Area 3, so this one is technically not valid anymore. But I'm gonna keep going. Alright, this is Fred. He jumps 3 times and then does an attack and it repeats. But he's not too hard to deal with, especially with the grenade glitch. Oh, but this puts me back where I was originally supposed to get in, so I'm gonna have to walk across water again to get back. Okay, that's gonna do it. Yeah, mission accomplished. Those water skips are super scary, because the Mercy Invincibility that allows you to go across them only lasts for like a fraction of a second. It's pretty nasty. It's hard to do, and I had to practice that a lot to get it consistent. Alright. So I'm out of the, sewer-like area there. Oh yeah, I grabbed a Mega H in the dungeon, so I'm up to 7 hover now. I'm saving that for a specific area. Oh, if I can inspire someone else to do this, that would be awesome. Okay. So I just did a door wrap there. Normally I'm supposed to climb up there and jump down to that ladder and grab it, but instead I just used a door wrap to warp across the wall there. That door wrap is the reason that Death Warps and Reset Warps skip the level. And I didn't mention the upgrade, but it's quite literally a key. That's all it is a key. It opens the door there. That's it. That is all it does. It's also only the second worst upgrade. There's a worse one later. So this is Area 5. It's one of the hardest levels in the game. And if you ever managed to deal with the increase in difficulty in Area 3, then you probably got stuck in this level. It's a water level. And as you can see, I've had to abandon Sophia, because Sophia just can't deal with water right now. Oh, and if you noticed at the beginning of the level, I left Sophia above some breakable blocks. I didn't mention this earlier, but anytime you change screens, and that includes doing the pause screen, those blocks respawn. And Jason has no way to destroy those blocks. So I've left the tank somewhere where I can't get to it. What am I gonna do? I don't know. Something later. I got something for that, don't worry. Here's the Area 5 dungeon. If there's any boss when you might want to upgrade your gun, this is it. Coming up is Hard Shell. He is one of the hardest bosses in the game. The single hardest boss. Nothing compares to it. He moves back and forth and he shoots bubbles, and in order to hit him, you're gonna have to get in his face. When you get in his face, you can't dodge his bubbles. So, plus your little pea shooter, it's gonna hit the bubbles and you won't hit his face. So, he's gonna be a super hard boss. There's no way... Just kidding, I have a glitch for this. It's possible to walk to the previous room and just make him helpless. He can't do anything anymore. This is another reason we run the Japanese version, is because that trick has an 8-frame window or so on the Japanese version, and it's possible on the US version, but the window is shorter. It's like 1 frame. Alright, so now that I have the dive module, I'm gonna swim all the way back to Sophia, but as I mentioned before, I left it above some crumbling blocks. I gotta keep my health up here because the next couple of rooms could be dangerous, and especially the next one, if I die there, I could soft block the game. So I gotta be careful here. 7 health is plenty, but I'm still gonna preserve it. Okay, what we're gonna do? More door wraps. In fact, we're gonna do 3 of them. You might notice that door wrapping like that is shifting the collision blocks. Oh, and I can't pause there because it'll reset it. But yeah, I've done the door wraps. There we go. And so the game graphics do not match the collision detection. I'm swimming up here, I'm swimming in walls. So I'm gonna swim all the way up here. Pause, unpause, bam, I'm up here. That skips an entire section of the level that you would have had to just navigate around. It saves a whole lot of time, probably like 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, here's area 6. This is the ice level. It's one of the trickier levels. It's not really difficult, it's just kind of annoying. It's the only level with these kinds of physics, and you're just gonna have to get used to them. Those hand enemies throw a lot of cannonballs. They can be really annoying. Okay, I could use a hover there to save a little time, but I'm saving it for something else later. Like, I can spare like 1 bar of hover. Alright, this is the room. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna use all my hover here. Well, most of it. Oopsie. That's gonna save a few seconds, instead of having to wind around the room. I should have about half a bar of hover left. That little hover takes about 6.5. Oh, and I used the remaining on that jump. I don't need it to make that jump, but it's a lot safer if I use it there. That room is actually pretty tricky to navigate. This one's gonna have some scary stuff. Wow, I can't believe I made those jumps. Those jumps are pretty difficult to make, and hurt a lot if I miss. I had the health to spare though. You got a lot of these ones. It's a good thing they start in the air, give you a chance to shoot down. Oh, you hate the leap of faith? Alright. Yeah, that's the reason I saved like half a hover, is, I mean, I can do the jump consistently, but I messed it up a couple of times in practice, and I just don't want to take a chance. Alright, this is the Area 6 dungeon. You've got ice physics here too. I don't normally grab that Mega P. I don't specifically need it to get through here, but I want the safety. And actually, since no, there's no P there. Okay. Okay, a little P for safety. Yeah, alright, I'm good. I was a little worried that my health was too low. So, this room, spikes are a little slower, but they're more consistent, and it's hard to make that door otherwise. You keep missing it and running into the spikes. Alright, this is Frozen Crabulous. He's kind of like Crabulous, but he lags a lot. One grenade, that's all I need. That means I'm not lagging in these spots. And nailed it. Yeah, if you mess up that fight, he can die, but still be moving around. Call that zombie. And it's caused by lag. Oops, ouch. Anyways, he gave me the Wall 1 upgrade. That allows me to drive on walls. So, you know, eat that, Batmobile. You might recognize this near the beginning of Area 6. Yeah, the entrance to Area 7 is in Area 2. So, I got some backtracking to do, but luckily, these entrances are close to each other. I don't have far to go. Oh, and if you skipped Area 4 earlier, you have to take a game over there in order to get through those gates. Oh boy. Yeah, this one's actually going a lot better now that I'm kind of into it. Wall 1, the only good wall. Yeah. I don't like to talk about Wall 2, unless I'm talking about how much I hate it. Alright, we're back in Area 1. I can jump there, that's gonna clear most of these monsters. I don't need any additional cover. Ouch. Ow. Not much to say here, except I'm just, you know, going back to Area 2. I've done this song and dance before. Oh! Nuts. Those things are seeking me out today. Uh-oh. Whoa, that was close. Okay, I can probably get a little health back. It's gonna help. Oops. Yeah, if I hadn't paused to skip the screen scroll there, that would have been a hit. An unavoidable hit. So, I'm pretty excited to show off Area 7. Because there's actually a new skip there. Like, one that applies to the Japanese version. I've been practicing it, so I should be able to pull it off. And since this run's no longer valid, I'm definitely doing it. Hardly any risk to it. Well, some risk, but it saves so much time that I could probably game over, and it would still be worth it. Okay, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I needed a wall 1 to go up that wall. I didn't need any hover, which is good, because I don't have any. Alright, here's area 7. I'm gonna be going into the dungeon here. Yeah, right near the beginning. As you might imagine, this is not the correct dungeon. Moment of silence while I concentrate. Nailed it. Here's Solar Fred. In a lot of ways he's a lot more unpredictable than Fred, but he always starts with these 4 jumps. Delays, opens his mouth, he's easy to hit. So in a speedrun, it's actually a lot easier. Oh, but I still have to get all the way back. So, yeah, that first lava jump, that's kind of scary. There's actually a safer setup for it, but I don't know the safer setup. I never practiced it. The rest of these aren't too bad. In fact, this one right here is pretty much free. I'm gonna kill this guy because he can cause problems. Dip into here, so that if I mess up here, I respawn there. Oops. Yep. That's okay. I'm gonna respawn right there. There we go. Second try. Got it. Yeah, that's what the Area 7 skip looks like. It's gonna save lots of time. Puts me right back here. I can just leave the area again. Because the entrance to Area 8 is in Area 3. That guy does have an H, which would make things a little safer, but I think it takes too long to hit him. Nope. It did not make that. Oh, I didn't mention. Solar Fred gave me Wall 2. It not only allows me to drive on ceilings, basically. In fact, it makes me cling to any surface, which is actually kind of bad, because it's unintuitive when it will activate and send you down a wall. Like, I gotta do a little buffer jump there just to make sure I clear that, because normally I could clear that normally, but with Wall 2, I have to control very carefully to make sure that it doesn't send me down the wall. Like, Wall 2 is the worst upgrade because it will kill you. And Area 8 is designed to kill you with Wall 2. It's bad. Down with Wall 2. Nobody likes Wall 2. I got one hover. That's going to make things super safe for this area. Kind of happy about it. Alright, here's Area 8. Final area in the game. It's extremely difficult. I mean, if Area 5 is not the most difficult area, then Area 8 is. There's these spikes all over the place. And the game is just desperate to force you to go headlong into them using Wall 2. Oops. This one hover makes this room safe. It's possible to make that jump without hover, but it's extremely difficult. Coming up next is the Hellway. This is probably the single worst room in the game. Worms all over, spike pits. Oops. Wow, I can't believe I made it through. Alright, yeah, Hellway is supremely difficult. After everything you've been through, Like, you get past everything else in this game, the hellway kills you. It is so bad. Like, this room looks like it has a lot going on, but it's not that bad. The only real risk in this room is those balls that drop, and that's only if I'm trying to... Yeah, that's only if I'm trying to actually take the fast way through the room and not let Wall 2 cling to everything. Alright, this brings us to the Area 8 dungeon. You're gonna find the final 2 bosses of the game here. First is the Plutonium boss. I'm gonna be abusing a thing here. The grenade glitch doesn't quite work, but it does run down the Mercy invincibility. Uh-oh. Positioning was slightly off. Oh, that's a little lag. I'm gonna go ahead and take on this boss the normal way. This is the Underworld Lord. There's actually lots of ways to take him on. If you stand at the top of the screen and mash fast enough, you can beat him without taking any hits. But you have to mash so quickly that I never pull it off. You can also repeat the hard shell glitch against him and then feel completely helpless. That's a little slower. This is the happy medium between the two. This position right here, he won't hit you. And here we go. Time. That's just barely under 42 minutes, which was the estimate. So, even as poorly as that went, hey, could have been worse. Too bad it's not a valid run, but it wouldn't